Okay. So, can you use this table for me? So this table which we came up with, can you produce a tree diagram? Are we all familiar with tree diagrams? Have we seen these things before? Okay. So you can see here that I've sort of filled in the different outcomes. Okay. So first things first, you choose whether they are male or female. Okay. So on this branch, you're going to put the probability that they're female. This branch, you're going to put the probability they're male. And then you can go on and say, well, either you're female and you like stats, or you're female and you like maths, or you're male and you like stats, or you're male and you like maths. Okay, so effectively your job is to fill in where I've got these probabilities with what these probabilities are. Can you do that for me? Yep. Agree with the tree diagram that I've got on the board there. Do you agree with this? Yeah, does everyone get the same? Good. So just be aware of how you should read this. Okay. The first branches represent whether you've taken a male or female out of the room. So what is the probability of taking a male? What is the probability of taking a female? The second branches depend on what happened over here. Okay? So in other words, if you follow the branch from left to right, you basically say for over here, these kind of two branches, you've taken a male, then what's the probability that that male likes stats or likes maths? Okay, so they're already male. What's the probability they like stats and what's they like maths? This branch says you've taken a female out. What's the probability they like stats? What's the probability they like maths? Okay. So can you tell me, are these two branches dependent or independent? So is this and this, so gender and stats and maths, is it dependent or independent? It is dependent, isn't it? Because what happens over here depends on what's happened over here. Okay? So the probability that this person likes stats depends on whether they're male or whether they're female. Okay? Have a look at this. So this probability here, how would I write that? Well, that's the probability that they like stats, but it's not just the probability they like stats, it's the probability they like stats given that they are male. Yeah? Likewise, this probability here is the probability they like maths, but not just the probability they like maths, it's the probability they like maths given that they are male. And likewise down here, this is the probability they like stats given female, right? Yeah, given you've already selected the female out. And this is the probability they like maths given they are female. Okay, so just be aware that because, have a look at this, the probability they like stats, given that they are male, that is not the same as the probability they like stats, given that they are female. Yeah, you remember our definition of dependent is that the probability of A given B should not be the same as the probability of A given it not B. Yeah? So in other words, A in this case is whether they like stats, B in this case is whether they are male. Okay? So because the probability they like stats given they are male is not the same as the probability they like stats given they are not male, female, okay? Therefore, it has to be dependent. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah? Good. Are they mutually exclusive? So which subject they like and male or female, gender, are those two events mutually exclusive? So are they mutually exclusive? Are they mutually exclusive? No. Remember, mutually exclusive means if one thing happens, the other thing can't happen. So in other words, if you select, like say females, okay, can it be the case that if you select a female, they like stats? Yes, absolutely. So because those two events can happen together simultaneously, it means they're not mutually exclusive.
So there was female and male.
Ah, okay. So female and male is mutually exclusive, absolutely. But female and liking stats, is that a mutually exclusive event? No, absolutely. Yeah, you happy with that now? Yeah. Is being liking stats and liking maths mutually exclusive?
Yeah.
In this case, yes, because I asked you to choose one. Okay, but in general, no. Like you can like stats and like maths as well. Okay, but I asked you to select one, so in this case, it is. Does that make sense?
Depends on the circumstances.
Exactly, depends on the circumstance which came up with. But being male and female, they are mutually exclusive events. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, good, fantastic.